Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about working your quads on the Inspire SF3 that you can pick up from Costco. So clearly your first thought is, well, you just do squats. I mean, it has a Smith bar in there, so why wouldn't you just do squats? And you can. You may love doing squats. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I seem like it hurts my knees more. I prefer to do leg presses than squats. And plus, on this machine, doing squats is a little awkward. I'll go over that with you and kind of show you what's going on with this machine. Okay, so on a typical Smith machine, it's plate loaded, so you'd have plates on the outside of the Smith bar, and you could lock it in at any point in your squat. So if I'm doing my squats and I come up, boom, I'd lock it in. If I wanted to lock it in right here, I could. On this machine, you're basically putting it down on the safeties where the cables attach, then locking in and pushing it up. So that's where it becomes difficult, is because you're locking in on the lowest point of your squat. So I'll show you. I have no weight hooked to it right now. Normally you would have the cables attached to this. So you're going through your squats. And now you gotta get your bar, hook on, and then lift these up, and then you can walk out. That's the problem, is even with no weight on the bar, it was still difficult down at the bottom to turn it, lock it in, and pull it up. Now when you have this loaded, I'll put some weight on. I'm not gonna load it up and show you how much more difficult it gets. Okay, so just for this right now, I have 50 on each stack attached to this. So obviously if you can squat a lot more than that, you can see how difficult this gets. So first off, we're in position. Now we have to lower it and lock it in at our lowest point, because right now, if I go to, can't go any lower because I got to lower these. So you can see where this is getting difficult. So now you're twisting this. Bring it down to your lowest point. Now we're letting it loose. Now we're going to go through our squats. Okay, now say I've done my set and I'm done. Now back down, lock in, and bring it up. I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it can be difficult because sometimes when you go down and release it, these may not lock in on the exact same point. One may lock in, say, I think I dropped it down to 17. One may lock in at 17, the other one might miss and go down to 16. So when you go to finish your set and you try to lock in, twist it back in, it's not going to get that one. So that's where it becomes a difficult thing to do. So again, obviously with practice, you probably get a little better at making sure it's locking at the same point. To me, it's just kind of a pain in the butt to do it that way. That and the fact that I just don't like squats in the first place is why I don't do them on this machine. But I was like, man, I really want to work my quads more. And it was like, man, I really want to work my quads. So I was at the point where I was like, okay, maybe I need to get a leg curl, leg extension machine to have in here too. Titan has one, I think it's like $600. So I was looking at that, watching reviews, and they weren't the best reviews on these machines, because at a certain point, there's no resistance until you get out far enough. So then you're just getting a little bit of resistance. Like, okay, that's not a great option. Can I do things on here to work my quads other than doing squats? That's when I started looking at videos and saw people were doing leg presses with this machine. So I'll go in and show you how to do leg presses. So basically for these leg presses, you lay underneath here, and they were putting on like a yoga mat. And laying on the yoga mat, or whatever mat you have, and then using this and using your feet. And I'll show you. The problem with the yoga mat I have is it doesn't give enough back support. So it is causing more pain than it was worth. You know, it's like, okay, I'm doing the leg presses, but I'm having to stop sooner in my set because my back is hurting because I'm not getting much support in here. So then you're just gonna get down here. And right now I'm thinking this is too high. So just get set. Yeah, it's already too high. So I'm just gonna lower it some more. Let's bring it down to like a 11. Let's see how that is. So get underneath your bar. You're just gonna put your feet on it. And then you do your leg presses this way. And with this yoga mat, I just don't have enough back support. So it's like, there's gotta be a better option. Well, we got the bench over here. The bench lays flat. That's the way to go. So if you've tried this, you're like, it's kind of uncomfortable. Use the bench. Okay, so I think it's like for me, let's try 13. Bring the bar down, attach your cables, and you just hop under here. Now the bench gives me a lot more support on my back. I think this might be a little low. Let's see. Okay, not bad. And now you can do leg squats on here. You have back support. I always like to, just for me, I hold on to the bench right here. Works a little better for me. Then obviously you can see there's videos, there's diagrams of, depending on where you place your feet, you know, what part of the quad it works. So you can work different parts. You can go the wide stance, a closed stance, or you can slide back a little bit. And now you're working more of your hamstrings and your glutes rather than being right underneath it. Rather than being right underneath it and working the quads. To me, I absolutely love this workout. It's probably one of my favorite. I love doing leg presses. Obviously, I'd be using a heavier weight. Then you can just grab the bar and pull yourself up. Really easy to do. Obviously, it depends on, you know, what shape you're in. You might be like, wow, this is kind of difficult getting underneath the bar. I have to lay down. Try it out. See if you like it. You know, if you're not a big fan of doing squats on there, this may be an option. Or maybe you want to do them both. Maybe you do like the squats and you want to do leg presses too. Like I said, I love this exercise since I found out doing it. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried it. What do you think of it? I've only been doing this on here. Like I said, I just found this out a few weeks ago. So I wish I'd been doing it sooner. So this definitely something is in my workout routine weekly now. Love it. Next up, in the next video, I'm going to show you a little hack I found for doing leg curls too. So we'll get into that one in the next video. There you go. If you've enjoyed the video, smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to this channel. I'll see you next time.